Hey, what's going on, Jam Fam? So Cordelius' sneak peek just dropped, and we're gonna do a reaction video to his sneak peeks. I think it's just way more time efficient to just react to one of the tier 3 creators' videos rather than make my own, because by the time I get everything put together, it's just gonna be like way too late. So anyway, we're gonna check out Kairos Time's video because I feel like he does the best breakdown of a Brawler's kit with the Olympics and all that. So we'll go through that. I'll give you guys my thoughts about Cordelius as we move through the video, and as always, you guys can let me know what you think about him down in the comments, but let's jump into it. All right, here we go. So, like I said, Cordelius sneak peek just dropped. We're going to start checking this out, so let's get into it.
Cordelius is the newest chromatic brawler coming to the game, so he'll be available at tier 30 of the Brawl Pass. He's a gardener at Star Park, but apparently the Enchanted Forest had a little too much toxic fumes.
I really like Cordelius' design. I think he looks like dope, like with the purple, like the mushroom almost looks like a hood, and then he's got the face mask on for the poisonous stuff. I just think his design is really cool, so I'm excited about that at the very least.
Somehow this allowed Cordelius
so just looking at it, he does
mushrooms and use
just shy of 2,200 damage per shot if you land both projectiles, which is okay. That's decent damage.
This is my domain, and this honestly,
so it's called This Is My Domain, and a lot of people were saying that it's like domain expansion from Jujutsu Kaisen, and I think that's hilarious. Even the name of it fits that, so that's kind of cool.
This is one of the craziest supers in the game. He fires a giant mushroom, and if it hits an opponent,
whoa,
then
look at his reload
his
speed. Wow.
And Cordelius
get
transported to the Shadow Realm. And that is the official name for it. It is the Shadow Realm, and everything on the map disappears.
You can tell Kairos Time's a boomer like me because he says Shadow Realm. He didn't even say domain.
Now, gems and gem grab, the Brawl Ball, the high safe, hot zones, even mine carts are all removed in the Shadow Realm. It just becomes a one-on-one fight between Cordelius and his enemy.
Oh, wow.
And it's not going.
All right, so that's cool because that's one thing I was wondering about is that if you were in like Brawl Ball per se and like you went into the your domain or whatever with Cordelius and one other person, if you'd be able to pick up the ball and then run it to the goal and score, because I feel like that would be like a super broken strat. So it's cool that they thought of that and that you can't just like cheese the game with his super, because that would be really broken. So that's cool.
Going to be an easy fight for his opponent because Cordelius also gets a movement speed boost and a reload.
Oh wow, you can actually see. I don't know, is this the enemy or Cordelius or his teammate Cordelius? Because you can see them down here in the corner. That's interesting.
Speed boost, so he always has a really good chance of defeating whoever he's 1v1ing.
Okay, so that was his teammate that he could see in the. That was his teammate there. That's cool. So you can see your teammate when they get pulled into the other world or whatever. That's interesting.
Their teammates are while they are in the Shadow Realm, but they will not be able to see where enemies are. So the enemy really could use that as an opportunity.
Okay, so he just pointed that out.
Move into a bush or pop up in a surprising place.
So you can use it almost as like a Leon. So you can use it almost as like a Leon type super. So you could like go into the Shadow Realm and have no intention of taking out that person that you went and attacked, and you could just go into a bush and use that to reposition yourself. That's interesting.
First gadget is replanting. The gadget simply allows.
Can he just jump over walls?
Hop over a wall or a small pond. Even though it says the gadget is used to hop over walls, it can.
So you could just use it. It's just a jump.
Dodge and attack.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. I like that.
Basically, Brock's gadget.
Any kind of mobility gadget's always pretty useful in my opinion. Like no matter what brawler it's on, as long as you have some form of mobility, that is almost always a useful gadget.
Cordelius' second gadget is Poison Mushroom. This makes his next attack just be one big mushroom, and that will deal all of its damage and disable the target it hits from attacking for 1.5
So it just makes it into an Otis super without the poison. Interesting.
seconds. So it's very similar to Otis' super, it's just not very long. Keep in mind that this does Cordelius' first star power is combo shrooms. If Cordelius hits the same target with both projectile from his main attack, then the second projectile deals an extra 30% damage.
So that makes him do 1090 and 1470. That's going to be 24, 20, 25, 30. If I could do math, probably not. It's probably wrong. I'll put it on the screen if it's wrong.
This star power works on all targets, not just brawlers. So like, it's really good against the heist.
So that works in heist?
Second star power is the Mushroom Kingdom star power. Every time Cordelius enters the Shadow Realm, this star power spawns 3 mushrooms at random spots that will heal himself over time if he picks it up.
Oh wow, so he gets an advantage. So he gets an advantage in the 1v1. Oh, that's so broken. And you can use it as like a quick heal. So like if you're already damaged and you just do this, you just pick up your mushrooms. Yo, this brawler is gonna be broken. This brawler is nuts, man. I could just tell from all like everything that he's shown so far, he's gonna be insane. I don't even need the Olympics part to know this brawler is gonna be strong.
the enemy accidentally picks them up. Now, these mushrooms only exist inside the Shadow Realm, so brawlers.
Wait, what was that part?
And it deals damage over time if the enemy.
And it deals damage if the enemy eats it. Oh wow, that's broken.
Accidentally brings
and he can auto charge his super just by hanging out in the bush.
The more enemies.
Showdown campers are gonna love that.
Faster a charge. Next is the attack range test. Cordelius' attack reaches
Shorter
5
range,
1/3
right?
tiles, which is the same range as the ring around him that charges his super. So you're always gonna know somebody's within.
So you can basically auto aim within your ring, huh?
Mortis for 58th place when it comes to attack range. Next is the super damage test. Now Cordelius.
I do think it's a little broken that if you're charging your super off somebody, they're in range of you. That's just kind of busted because it's like doubly charging your super just by being in range of somebody, and you're attacking them. You know, so I feel like that's a little cheap.
Doesn't have a very far range to begin with, and his attacks isn't really fast enough to successfully auto aim at max range. Only one projectile.
So you can't really auto aim
with
him.
Deal 1,090 damage from 3 tiles away, which puts him at 50th place.
Okay,
so he's not going to be that great at auto aim.
So he can't really auto aim at the max range of a circle, but you should be able to auto aim within like a couple tiles. So
next is the 1 second DPS test, and honestly I thought he was going to do better in this test because he's kind of a close range assassin, right? Cordelius is able to unload 4 projectiles in 1 second. 2 of those projectiles get a damage boost from his first star power, so he
4 shots in 1 second. That's pretty good though. I mean, that's a very good unload speed, right?
Next is the super range test. Cordelius' super reaches across 9 1/3 tiles, which is almost twice as long as his main attack.
I wonder how hard it's gonna be to land the super though, because like I think about like a brawler like what's her name? Like Willow, where it's very tricky to land her super. I don't know why, but I feel like I've never landed one in my life. So I don't know how this is gonna be, but I hope it's not super difficult to land. Obviously, it shouldn't be like Brain Dead where you just hit the button and it automatically enters you, but if you make it too high skill, then it kind of defeats the purpose of the brawler. So we'll find out.
Anyone with his attack if they're outside of his supercharging ring. It looks like each projectile charges his super 25%.
He charges his super in like 1 second.
He can fully charge it with just 2 ammo. Cordelius completes this test in exactly 1 second, which puts him in 12th place for supercharging test.
So he needs to land 4 projectiles to charge his super up. That's really not bad at all. That's like, you think about it, like Meg, she was able to charge her super up in 3 shots, and that was very easy, right? Considering she shot 2 projectiles at once. So I think this is solid. Overall, all signs are pointing to this brawler being broken, honestly.
And honestly, I've got a lot of thoughts. So let's talk about how strong I think he's going to be in each game.
All right, so I don't really need to talk about Kairos Time's ideas on this brawler, but I think overall, all signs are pointing to this brawler being really broken. Everything seems to be very strong. He does a solid amount of damage. That first star power that gives him an extra damage bonus when you land your second projectile, that's going to make it even more. So you're either going to do 2,200 damage, which is a good number to begin with, or you're going to do like 2,500 damage, which is actually really insane. I critiqued, what's his name? I critiqued Hank saying that he did too much damage, and he does what, 2,800 damage? So he's, you know, Cordelius is right there with him, so that's kind of nuts. Then on top of that, you could force 1v1s, and if you're running the second star power, you get healing on top of that. So even if you don't want to fight that brawler, you can just use that as like quick healing, as like a quick healing excuse, or you could just use it to reposition you in the map. Like, there's so many uses for that super that it's actually kind of crazy. Like, it's not just to get kills now that I'm seeing it. But I'm excited for this brawler. I said that in Brawl Talk. I said that in my W's and L's, and this just confirms it. I feel like he's just going to be a great brawler. He's going to be a lot of fun to play. I think everyone's going to like him. So let me know what you guys think about Cordelius down in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking the most about him. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. If you're new, consider dropping a sub as well. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.